Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and let me just make sure everything's on silent. And welcome to this ZaffaVLOG, brought to you by the power of the internet and YouTube, and coming at you straight from South Korea. Interesting side note. I still get a lot of questions when I tell people I'm in Korea. They ask me north or south. So that's an interesting thing. I don't think I would be able to make these videos if I was in the north, but that's just an interesting side note that I've gotten on my Twitch. Let me just change this a bit. That I've gotten on my Twitch. What do I talk about this week? I have nothing really to write home about or to talk to you guys about. Had a normal week last week. Kids will be kids. They are better now. They are better behaved. If you watched last week's episode, then you'll know. They are better behaved. I actually got my grade 3 and my grade 4 boys, my grade 4 and 3 boys, to actually work with us today, which is kind of amazing. And hopefully they'll continue that trend. I just got out of the shower, so everything's like fuzzy. You know, this thing should look like this, like metal. Anyway, yeah, Korea's getting hot as hell, humid. Oh my! I've never experienced this humidity, and I'm still trying to get used to it. Oh crap! This thing might be picking up, so let me just kill it. So yeah, this is kind of crazy. The humidity here is kind of crazy, and a lot of people tell me just drink a lot of water. I am drinking a lot of water. I just sweat normally. So I walk through soup. Like, it feels like when I open the doors, it's like my apartment door, it's like, heat wave hitting me, soup. They call it soup air. A friend of mine called it soup air. Let's going out into the soup air and enjoy it. And what else? Nothing much. I do miss my family and friends a lot back home. I miss my crushes. My crush, actually, not crushes. Scrap that. I miss her back home. She's interesting. Let me tell it that. Let me say it that way. She's really interesting and really, really pretty. Let's leave it at that. Let's stop talking about that. But yeah, I miss my family, I miss my friends, I miss my dog. Maybe it's just that time of year that I miss them. You know, maybe... But I miss them over Christmas and everything, but for some reason I'm missing them a lot these days. And I don't know why. Luckily I don't let that interfere with my work. The thing that I do with work is I will leave everything back home in my apartment, you know. So the moment I step out of my apartment to go work, everything's okay, you know. And it doesn't show. I try to not let it show, but I do miss my family and friends. I do miss South Africa. Not the load shedding and the shitty internet. Which is an interesting side note. A guy contacted me on Facebook, ZaffaGeek. He contacted ZaffaGeek, and he's like, yeah, we need more South African vloggers and gamers online. I'm like, yeah. Unfortunately, South Africa doesn't allow for that, because if it's not load shedding, i.e. the power, if it's not rolling blackouts, then the internet is pretty crappy. Jan Afrika has rambled on about the crappy internet. You can go check that out if you want. I'm not going to go back into it. I've talked about it. I've spoken about it on the Ramblecast. Just, it's bad, right? But one thing that I can say, even though I miss my family, one thing that I can say, and I've talked about this quite a lot over the last few weeks, is I'm actually happy. For the first time, ever since I got to Korea, I've just been happy. And that makes it kind of difficult if you're in a band that needs to get aggro about stuff, you know. The South African band that I'm vocaling for and writing lyrics for, it's kind of interesting. Need to be angry and everything, and it's a struggle. And what else? This weekend I'm going to Gwangju for a bit to playtest a friend of mine who created a board game. We're going to playtest that at the first alleyway. And if you don't know about that, just go to Gwangju and go to the first alleyway and join us. I will be talking about it more on my Twitch stream, by the way. But this is the ZaffaVLOG thing. This is the real life stuff, or the reality check. Other than the missing the family thing, everything is generally good. I really wish, the one thing though that I can say is I really, really wish that I could share Korea with someone that I can share. You know, I'd love to share Korea with someone special. Ladies. Okay. So that is that, as I say it. As they say. I'm doing good, drinking lots of coffee and water. I'm still drinking a punt load of coffee, even during the summer. Summer is no excuse for not drinking coffee. I do drink a lot of water, though, and I'm generally happy. So if you've got something to say, tell me in the comments, the section below, what makes you happy. What gives you joy? I mean, for me, it's teaching the kids and realizing a month after teaching them that they've actually learned something, and being happy. And being happy has its price. I mean, you miss the people that you leave behind. And I'm not saying that I left my family behind because I want to be successful or anything. I'm just saying that they're in South Africa and I'm in Korea, and I'm missing them. Right? So, yeah, tell me what makes you happy in the comment section below. Just tell me. Use the word happy. And until next time, you should have a geeky good one.